census for akasa na de odi etu dwa nyina ene se June busumi ne da etoso aduonu enso wo magana fo nyina atiase se eye census night na chiso mbehya se akenkan Ghana fo nyina e wa fiefie mu mako ekopim se ombehu ye nyina ye dodro na oma ye nsentwefo nhyiamudie ama ase no government statistician abanko ntabu for Professor Samuel Kobna enim acheche nema bebremu ene ahoboa empanyufo no ede egu akwai so.
Ahead of the exercise, what we did was to get a sense of the workload, and we keep on saying that as a country we are not just rolling out a digital census, we are rolling out a fully digital census. And what that means is that for the first time in our census undertaking, we have benchmark data, specifically building footprints that we've picked from satellite imagery and other sources from other international partners. And ahead of the exercise, we were able to estimate in excess of 11 million structures in the country. As we speak, after the 6th day of data collection, that is data as at the end of yesterday, we've covered 70% of these structures over the next 6 days. This gives us a lot of confidence moving into the remaining 4 days of the exercise that the remaining 30% will be covered as we pull our officers out of the field from the on the 23rd of June 2021. As I indicated, this is just the first phase of the exercise. Census undertaking is always underscored by 3 objectives: comprehensive, complete coverage, as I indicated, and the second one is to ensure that the data that we've collected is accurate. So from the perspective of comprehensive, complete coverage, as I indicated, we use the building footprint as one of the benchmarks, and 70% of that has been achieved. Another indicator that we are using to ensure that we have comprehensive, complete coverage is ahead of the census undertaking since 2017, we went around all the country and were able to divide the country into small geographical areas. So we arrived at 51,922 enumeration areas and 131,739 localities. At the end of the 6th day, we've received data from 99.7% of the enumeration areas. That is, as we speak, we have just about 107 enumeration areas out of the 51,922 enumeration areas across the country. I'll conclude by sharing with you some issues that we want you to help us demystify as members of the press as we go into the actual census undertaking. We've seen on social media some issues related to why people will be counted on the 9th. As I indicated, the census undertaking targets 6 different groups: the households, institutions that we categorize in 2 dimensions, those in a predetermined institution, that is the university's halls of residence, the entry point and the exit point are known, and institutions that are purely temporal, the entry and the exit are known. That is where we do our PAC 1C. And the 4th model is when we are targeting people who will be transiting our floating population, and we have a separate instrument for them. And then we have our 5th group, that is persons who are going to spend the census night in guest houses and hotels. And lastly, we're going to have persons of our diplomatic corps who would have persons of Ghanaian nationality spending the census night there. So these are the 6 categories of persons that we're going to have. The only group of persons that we're going to target on the 9th of 27th are those who are our floating population. That is our 4th category. So if you find yourself in your household, if you find yourself in any of the institutions that I've talked about, if you find yourself in a guest house or a hotel, do not expect any enumerator coming in to do the enumeration there. Our target is strictly persons in transit and the homeless households. Then from the 28th, we're going to start with the actual enumeration.